When I was a kid in the 70s, I used to love watching Saturday morning cartoons. I would get a bowl of cereal, park myself on the couch, and watch all of my favorites, like the Jackson 5, Fat Albert, and the Harlem Globetrotters. I especially liked the Brown Hornet. And I would not move until Soul Train went off. Then I would go outside and play, because that's what we did back in the day. Little did I know at the time how historically significant these cartoons were. I had no idea they featured the first positive representations of Black people in animated form in animated history. Prior to 1969, Black people in animation were depicted as animals, cannibals, mammies, and coons. Step-and-fetch-it characters with exaggerated features like big lips, bulging eyes, and ignorant dialogue. This included negative depictions of Black celebrities of that time like jazz musicians Cab Calloway and Fats Waller. These horrendous stereotypes were initially produced as film shorts that ran between featured films in movie theaters. With the advent of television, they ran as cartoons in homes all over the country. I can only imagine what it must have been like for Black girls and boys to see these hurtful portrayals from the Black section of a segregated movie theater on a larger-than-life screen while listening to the laughs of the white people in the whites-only section. I vividly remember seeing some of these cartoons on television when I was a kid while visiting my grandparents. I remember having questions about them at the time, but I didn't ask. In retrospect, these cartoons were extremely racist. Luckily, because of an effort started in the 1940s by the NAACP against these racist cartoons and the hard-fought gains of the civil rights movement, which ushered in integration in Hollywood animation studios and changes in the way Black people were depicted across all popular media. These racist cartoons were banned from television in 1968. So I got to enjoy my favorite cartoons in the comfort of my own home, just like other kids in the country. Keep in mind that this was before cable, so there were only 3 television networks and PBS, so we all watched the same cartoons. I believe these cartoons are national treasures. They were seen by a generation of children and not only changed the way that Black kids saw themselves, but the way white kids saw us as well. The reach and impact of these cartoons was significant. This whole Museum of Uncut Funk thing started as a simple question that I asked Lorene, a big Looney Tunes and cartoon fan who had recently started collecting animation artwork featuring Bugs Bunny. I asked, where are the Black cartoons? And then Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids original production cells and limited edition cells began to appear, and the Jackson 5 original production cells, as did Harlem Globetrotters original production cells and original production drawings and model sheets and storyboards. All of these artifacts were used to produce Saturday morning cartoons. The production cells were actually shot under the camera to make the cartoons. This was a hand-drawn and hand-inked process. unlike the digitized process used to produce animation today. We owned an art gallery for a period of time and sold animation art, so we were able to add to our collection. And 20 plus years later, we own over 600 pieces of animation art featuring our favorite Black characters. We have curated 70 pieces of animation art, along with animation collectibles like lunchboxes and board games from our collection as our Funky Turns 50 Black Character Revolution Animation Art Traveling Exhibition. Why Funky Turns 50? Because like the two of us who are in our 50s, everything from the 1970s that is funky is turning 50. Our phenomenally successful Funky Turns 50 Black Character Revolution exhibition presents a retrospective of the first positive, and by positive, we mean not stereotypical, Black animation characters in television history, and highlights the historic significance of the appearances of these characters in Saturday morning cartoons and specials during the late 60s and throughout the 70s. Funky Turns 50 celebrates the 50th anniversaries of these stereotype-breaking Black animation character appearances. Our first exhibition at the Schomburg Center for Research in Black Culture in 2014 was featured on the front page of the New York Times art section, and the exhibition has received extensive media coverage since then. This exhibition has been seen by 118,720 people in museums across the country. It highlights a unique Black history milestone and significant cultural victory resulting from the civil rights movement in an uplifting way. It positively engages a multicultural and intergenerational audience. It attracts new visitors and school trips to every museum that displays it. This exhibition is also available in panel form as Funky Turns 50 Black Character Revolution Firsts. The panel exhibition has been seen by 33,851 people. Practically every 1970s Black animated character in the exhibition represents a Black history first. In 1969, Peter Jones, the drummer in the Hardy Boys, was the first positive Black male character and first positive Black male musician character to appear in a Saturday morning cartoon series. This was a significant departure from how Black musicians had been depicted in animation in the 1940s. That same year, Hey, 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 It's Fat Albert premiered as the first positive Black cast cartoon and first positive Black cast cartoon to run as a primetime special on television. This cartoon was also groundbreaking because of the style of animation it used. It was the first animated programming produced by a production company founded by a Black person, Campbell Silver Cosby, led by Bill Cosby. As a disclaimer, while we do not condone what Bill Cosby has done in his personal life, as historians, we can't erase the role he played in breaking the color barrier in animation, just as he did in television. His Hey, 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 It's Fat Albert animation special paved the way not only for his Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids cartoon series, but all of the other Black cast cartoon series that followed. And since we do not believe in holding the sins of our parents against their children, we will never hate on Fat Albert. In 1970, Freight Train, the Black football player in the Where's Huddles cartoon, became the first positive Black male character and first positive Black athlete character featured in a primetime cartoon series. The Harlem Globetrotters were the first positive Black cast Saturday morning cartoon series and the first Saturday morning cartoon series featuring positive Black athlete characters. The Harlem Globetrotters were also the first real-life Black celebrities to be positively depicted in cartoons. Valerie Brown from Josie and the Pussycats became the first positive Black female character and first positive Black female musician character featured in a Saturday morning cartoon series. This was a significant departure from the Mammy characters that preceded her. She premiered as the first Black character in an Archie comic book as Valerie Smith in 1968. In 1971, the Jackson 5 became the first positive Black cast Saturday morning cartoon series to feature a real-life Black singing group and their songs. This was also the first television series produced by Motown, a Black production company led by Berry Gordy. Soul Train became the first syndicated Black TV series to feature an animated opening segment with its own animated train. Soul Train was produced by Don Cornelius. The train was created by Black animators Floyd Norman and Leo Sullivan. In 1972, Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids started its run as the longest-running positive Black cast Saturday morning cartoon series, airing until 1985. Kid Power, which was based upon Black cartoonist Maury Turner's We Pals comic strip, became the first truly multicultural Saturday morning cartoon series. It was also the first positive Saturday morning cartoon series featuring Black characters to be created from a syndicated comic strip. Cleo Wilson and the Miracle of PS-14 became the first positive Black characters from a television series, The Flip Wilson Show, to appear as the same characters in a primetime cartoon special. In 1973, I Got Six was the first Schoolhouse Rock episode to feature Black characters. Franklin Armstrong was the first Black character to appear in the Peanuts comic strip, introduced on July 31st, 1968. He became the first Black character to appear in a Peanuts cartoon special, There's No Time for Love, Charlie Brown. Lieutenant Uhura was the first positive Black character from a television series to appear as the same character in a Saturday morning cartoon series. In 1974, Verb was the first Black male superhero character in a cartoon. Second Schoolhouse Rock episode to feature Black characters. Hong Kong Phooey was the first Black male superhero character in a Saturday morning cartoon series. Chuck Clayton was the first Black male character to appear in Archie Comics as a member of the gang, and became the first Black male character to appear as a member of the Archie's gang in a Saturday morning cartoon series called U.S. of Archie. U.S. of Archie also featured episodes with Harriet Tubman, Booker T. Washington, George Washington Carver, and York. Shows like these set the stage for animated films featuring Black history heroes like Our Friend Martin, which was released on video in 1999. In 1977, Astraea became the first Black female superhero character in a Saturday morning cartoon series, Space Sentinels. In 1978, Kim from Fangface became the first positive character of Black and Asian heritage to be featured in a Saturday morning cartoon series. Billy Joe Jive was the first positive cartoon series featuring Black characters to be created from a series of children's books based upon Ted and John Shearer's Billy Joe Jive book series, which aired as a segment during Sesame Street. In 1979, Micro Woman and Super Stretch became the first Black superhero duo to appear in a Saturday morning cartoon series. They were the first Black husband and wife superhero duo to appear in a Saturday morning cartoon series. Micro Woman and Super Stretch aired as a segment during Tarzan and the Super 7. The 1970s was also the first time Black creators like Bill Cosby, Jim Simon, Barry Gordy, Maury Turner, Flip Wilson, and John Shearer led the development of animated television programming featuring Black characters from concept through art creation and production. Black animators like Floyd Norman, Leo Sullivan, and Phil Mendez worked behind the scenes to create realistic Black character images. Black characters were also given realistic speaking and singing voices through the work of voice actors such as Bill Cosby, Scatman Crothers, Bob Crowder, Patrice Holloway, Herb Jeffries, Nichelle Nichols, Barbara Perriott, Verneen Watson, and Muhammad Ali. I'm now going to show you the overview video from our Funky Turns 50 Black Character Revolution exhibition.